We're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Titch and Geezer's prediction show. Tonight won't be predictions; it will be the results show. It's the end of the season. So this is episode 41 for this particular season. Obviously, we done last year as well, Geezer. Time it flies by, though, doesn't it? Really, if you think about 41 episodes, which is each week, so that's 41 weeks. Solid. No, we don't miss nothing here. We're consistent. Anyway, how you been, Geezer?
All right, man. Yeah, seems a lot that 41 when you put a number on it.
It does.
Get it. Yeah, especially the last two seasons, especially Premier League. It's not been groundbreaking, is it?
So last season, which is when we launched the channel, that would have been probably another 40 odd episodes. So it's 41 for this season, and then last season probably this. Yeah, but yeah, we've been every week. We haven't missed a week. Definitely not this season. We ain't missed any weeks. And yeah, you know, I'll say at the start of the show, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to sitting down with you. I look forward to engaging with these lot. So yeah, I do enjoy doing this. You know, anybody that knows me knows I'm very unsociable. Like, I'm not a social person at all. So this is probably me socializing as much as I would socialize. So yeah, I enjoy it thoroughly. What you been up to, Geezer? Apart from queuing out, not even queuing out, first in the queue to get your milk this morning. What have you been up to since we last spoke?
Yeah, very little as well. So I'm becoming very unsociable too. I used to be out a lot, here, there, and everywhere. Now I'm sort of becoming reclusive.
I've always been like that. Always.
Yeah. So, you know, it's funny. You see some of the shit you see on the news and whatever. Just human beings in general. Fuck me, we're a fucked up load of people, aren't we, around the world. And I was watching this yesterday, and Nick Cave. I don't know if you ever heard of Nick Cave.
Nah.
He's very famous in the music industry. He's an Australian, right? He done that big hit with Kylie Minogue. You know, Where the Roses Go or whatever. Years ago.
No, I know. Yeah, like I can't think. So it's Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, he done the song. You know the Peaky Blinders intro song. That's Nick Cave.
I've only watched it a couple of times, Peaky Blinders.
Right.
Yeah, so I haven't. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
But he done a song many years ago. I've got an album of his. Fucking some brilliant shit in it, mate. And one of the songs is "People Ain't No Good."
Yeah.
And if you listen to it, it's really good.
Really good. Probably relevant today as well as it was back then.
When you see some of this shit going on around the world, you just go, for fuck's sake. And just, you know, what the fuck happened there at Liverpool last week? I don't know. They haven't showed us anything here since that. I'll see all the reaction. I had someone send me a video as well of that car going down the street, but I've not heard anything about it since. But you know, the reasons or.
I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
what the fuck is going on?
I think Robert will probably have more information than us living up there.
Yeah, I was going to check. I hope Robert weren't there celebrating Liverpool's win, and
otherwise,
had a problem.
He deserved to if he was, wasn't he, celebrating? But yeah, I don't know the ins and outs. I haven't. I don't know. I saw some article saying that his car was getting whatever, and he sort of done what he done. I don't know the ins and outs as to why he done that, but I think they said he was getting attacked or something like that by all the people in the street, and then he chose to sort of just try and get out of there by doing what he done, which is no excuse. I don't know what happened, and maybe Robert might know better, seeing as he's up there. I don't know. So Robert, it'd be interesting if you've got any information that maybe we haven't heard.
Just another terrible fucking thing is fucking people not even have a celebration now without some fucking drama. Yeah, terrible.
Right, let me get to the comments quickly. Good evening, Inky. Glad you could join us. As always, says good evening, all you beautiful people. Good evening, Roberto. It says evening all. Freshie, good evening to you. Evening all. Didn't Titch get the hat memo? I'm wearing mine. You know what? I'm gonna wear it. I got my hair cut. Then I was gonna wear it. I was thinking, and then I thought, fuck it, don't worry. I'll just So yeah, no hat today. Good evening, Danny. Says evening, gents. Been a pleasure for the last few months doing this. Definitely.
Cheers, Danny.
Evening, Inky, Roberto, Danny. I agree with you there, Danny boy. Big up all of you lot. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Good band, weird fucker.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Sean. They are good, mate. He's written some brilliant stuff. And he's well respected in the industry for producing other stuff and whatever. You know, he's one, but he is a weird fucker, mate. A really weird fucker. You know, he's one of them. He's a real artist. He probably could do theatre and write fucking plays and weird plays and some weird songs he's done. But he's fucking good, Dave. Some of his lyrics are amazing.
So the song with Kylie Minogue, was he singing in that as well?
Yeah, both of them were singing in that. I think.
I must have heard it then. I'm not familiar.
You would have heard it.
Yeah, I must have heard it.
Where the Wild Roses Grow. That's what it was called.
See, that doesn't even sound familiar. But once, yeah, surely I would have heard.
Because he done an album, Geezer, called The Murder Ballads, right? And every song in it's about murder.
Oh wow, a ballad.
Yeah. Really deep, dark sort of thing, but some good tracks in it, you know.
Murder ballad. Robert says it was scary watching the stream. Talking about the
yeah, it was horrible.
Evening, Titch. Good evening, Colin. And good morning, Kieran. You wonderful gentlemen. Hope everything okay with you both. All good. I hope you are, Colin. Lawrence can't join us tonight. He said they're off on vacation. I'm not sure where, but him and his wife going on vacation.
Okay.
Evening, Robert, mate. Good evening, Walito. He says, good evening, all. Wally, as always, Wally, much appreciated your presence. Evening, Fresh Fielder, mate. Right, you lot. So tonight will be a shorter show because obviously we haven't got any predictions to do. I'm going to play Danae's video quickly. It's only like 9 seconds. Let me just play Danae's video in regards to the lucky dip. Where are we? Right here.
For the last lucky dip of the season, nobody won any points. See you soon.
So nobody won any points. So it's a bit of an anticlimax because obviously last week's tallies wasn't, Inky won it on 50, but there was some 10s, 20s. So it hasn't, obviously nothing's changed. So tonight's scores that we work out, realistically, I'll put up the table as I'm speaking. Realistically, the scores probably ain't going to change anything. So I would assume Freshie is the league winner. I would assume Wally will stay in second place. Geezer is so far up in front of Darren. I think that will be the top three. So Champions League for you, Geezer. I don't think that's going to change unless something crazy happens tonight. I haven't worked out the scores. I'm trying to think who's close together here. There might be one place.
Yeah, Inky Lawrence is a possibility.
That's 45 points. Danny and Robert is closer. That is 35. No, not 30 points. Sorry. That's it, really. Yeah, I'm not catching Robert. So yeah, Robert potentially could go above Danny and Inky if he had a great week, and Lawrence not so. Then yeah, but other than that,
unless someone gets the ultimate 4 and gets extra 100 points.
Oh yeah, and Lawrence and Lawrence is only 20 points behind Darren actually.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let me see. 1, 2, 3. What would be Champions League for us? Would it be top? It'd have to be just the top 3. We can't
just top 3, mate. Yeah. Just top 3.
Top 3, and then we've got 1, 2, 3. Bottom 3 would be me, Colin, and Robert. Colin is excluded because obviously he joined late. This is terrible stuff. But anyway, that's that. One more sec. Let me get to these comments. Oh. Freshie says, I hope she says 0. Well, you got your hope or wish. He got it. Nobody. Oh dear, says Walito. Yeah, so it's a bit of an anticlimax, but it's been a good.
Could have made it interesting, couldn't it?
Yeah, looking good for you, Fresh. Robert says the bloke went to court today with 7 counts. He is a Royal Marine with rumors drugs in his system.
Oh god, that's not good. Something fucking wrong, eh?
Yeah, I just heard that they was attacking his car before he'd done that. So is there a backstory to that? Because I'm assuming he didn't go there with the intention of doing what he'd done.
No, he might have just panicked if they attacked his car and just
Or
drove
did they
through.
know that he was drunk or on drugs, and then they started attacking his? Do you understand? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
fresh
it's
from
like one
camp.
of them, mate. It's pointless assuming anything. Just
Exactly.
wait for the facts to come out. You know, everyone goes. I know, fucking, and I think it was the right move, mate. Straight away, the police said he was a white man.
Yeah,
That was a good move, mate, because you would have had riots in the fucking streets otherwise. That would have been some fucking Muslim ideologist, Islamist. There would have been riots in the streets. There really would have been. So I think it was a good move to throw that out there real quick before everyone starts speculating on the internet and fucking throwing up conspiracy theories.
Do you agree with this? Yeah, like obviously I haven't read any articles and all of that, but if it was a Muslim guy, we would have heard the word terror attack and all of that, wouldn't we? But it's because it's
absolutely.
not. We don't hear it when obviously
No.
anybody can be a terrorist, but it's it's how the media sort of all of that. So
Yeah, I hadn't really try it, yeah. But then if it was a Muslim, then they'd look into all his social and all his background, and they'll find out whether he's leaning that way with any evidence of him tuning into Al Qaeda's bloody manual or whatever, which apparently the other boy had.
Yeah.
When he done the free girls.
What's the did anybody die from this? Like, what's the status of the injuries?
Well, there was one young lad pretty bad. There was a couple really serious. So I haven't heard. I've heard nothing since.
Yeah. See, I hope you'd hope that fucking.
Yeah, it's like they're also
exactly. But
it's always Liverpool, isn't it? These fucking big disasters, Heysel Stadium, Hillsborough. Now this. Fucking hell.
Crazy on a day of celebration as well.
Yeah.
Larry Dog, so he spotted that. Yeah, I was a bit late on that. Freshly the champ is looking like. Colin, I'm here for all the Neil Poir scores. Yeah, I don't know if anything stood out to me either. Yeah, he followed the ambulance through a barricade. Oh.
So what he was doing? He was just trying to take a shortcut or something. Fucking ended up in it. Jesus Christ.
And see, when I heard that they was attacking his car, I was thinking, did he have like Everton paraphernalia or whatever you want to call it? Did he have Everton sort of shit in his obviously I don't even know if that's true or not. Where the Icelandic League top goes into Europa Conference preliminary by round 1. But they gave out his address for fuck's sake. Oh no.
Really? It's a fucking bad news.
Okay, no deaths, 11 still in. Okay, right. So the no deaths thing is a good thing because I was unaware of. It would be a miracle, and you'd pray that everybody that's injured sort of fully recovers. That would be like obviously the best case scenario. Because
do you remember? Was it last year or the year before in New Orleans? And boy, done the same.
Yeah, was that for
the pride?
Yeah. But that was. Did he set out to do that or rather than?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy did.
27 people taken to hospital. Villa Park, 81, another Liverpool disaster. So was that in 1981 or 81?
Villa Park, was it?
Another Liverpool disaster.
Shit, I don't remember that one, Fresh.
When was? Oh, he's saying because when he said 81, I thought he meant people. Obviously, he's talking about 1981, Villa Park. That don't. When did you go to?
Oh,
no, you were still here then.
Yeah, that's when No, unless he's talking about when we lost the League Cup replay at Villa Park, because I was at that. That was in 81. That was in 81.
Was that against Liverpool?
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about then. That's a disaster for us. We lost. Yeah, that's probably what he's. Yeah, he's so quick, and sometimes we're so slow.
Too quick.
I blame you. You was there. 4 people trapped under his car. 3 adults and 1 trapped under the car.
Terrible.
To say 4 people were. Oh, say same thing. Let's just hope everyone recover. That's what I'm saying, Inky.
Yeah, that's all we need. Everyone gets through.
Thanks for being in my birthday stream. Oh, Danny, when was your birthday? Happy birthday if it was yesterday. Happy birthday, Danny. League Cup final. Yeah. League Cup final replay, Geezer.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the 81 Villa Park. I went, hang on, I was there. Yeah, I remember that.
Right, you know, anything to talk about? Not a bloody tragedy or fucking
Yeah. Anything
anything
good?
else? Yeah, before we get into well, we got the Champions League final coming up. Conference League final, which I really wanted Betis to win, but eventually Chelsea came out worthy winners. They have now, I think they're the only club to win every single European club competition. Is that right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
whole
he's right.
shebang, yeah.
Yeah. All of them.
Also, there's a number of things. Somebody in the chat, let me know which English teams are in this Club World Cup, or is it just like who is there?
I think I see someone put up it with Liverpool, Man City.
Okay, because I was unaware. And did you know that Liverpool released Trent early, even though the season's done? He's been released out of his contract, which normally runs till end of June or whatever.
Probably June, yeah.
So Real Madrid, just to have him for the Club World Cup, I've actually paid £10 million to get him out of the contract maybe a month early or whatever.
Really?
Crazy, isn't it? And the thing is, if they would have waited, I think he still could have joined up and played some part in this tournament, and they got him for free. But now they've paid 10 mil to get him like now. So all those Liverpool fans that was booing him and all that, you still got fucking 10 mil for, you understand? You got money for him. So anyway, so we've got Trent, who's now officially a Real Madrid player. We've got the Champions League final. We've got the Europa Conference League, which I don't know if there's really much to talk about that. And anything else that people might have. Geezer, any of those things there you want to talk about?
No.
And it's okay, so it's in the US, what he says, and some of the matches are in Philly.
Philly, yeah. I know Inter Miami are meant to be in it.
Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo, his contract is due to be finished with Al Nassr, so now it's almost like they're wanting some sort of club to take him on a short-term contract just so he can play in it as well. You know, it's all bloody publicity.
Yeah, boost the numbers of people coming to watch with it.
Yeah. So they're trying to get him a club.
It makes sense. It's fucking ridiculous, though, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I'm sick of these managers and everyone complaining about how many too many games, and now he invented this Club World Cup. Yeah, right.
Ridiculous, and it's a whole like a proper World Cup now, isn't it? Like it's just crazy. Yeah. So look at Danny says. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So Liverpool fans booing Trent have 10 million plus. They signed
Frimpong, have they?
Frimpong. What's Jeremy? Is it Jeremy Frimpong? It is Jeremy, isn't it? Yeah, they've signed Frimpong, who obviously previously of Celtic and Leverkusen. Now he's at Liverpool.
Okay.
It's all gone WWF for fuck's sake. Yeah, I think he's talking about the whole football, and let's bring Cristiano. Get him to play in it, and so him and Messi. Yeah, all of this like nonsense. What channel is it on, you lot? Because I don't really think I've got any interest in this thing either.
Yeah, I don't think I've got it at all. So I probably won't be seeing it.
I don't even know what channel it's on. Can you put your scores? Oh, sorry, the Lucky Dip. My bad, Robert. Yeah, let me put the Lucky Dip scores. Yeah, should have done it straight away. Right, so I know you was close to a couple Geezer. Right, so we only had 34 cards. So the nearest person to that was probably Lawrence on 40 cards. Corners 104. Closest was Robert with 100 and Inky 102, 106. So those two was 2 away. Now not goals. Shots on target. Geezer, you was 1 away.
1 away. You're having a bubble with that. 1 away.
Robert once again was 1 away. He was 1 away, so he was close. 2 away from the corners. 1 away from
and Inky.
And Inky. And Inky. And Inky. Inky was close to the goals. There was only 27 goals. Inky was picked 25, so Inky was close there. And the aggregate of 266, the closest was probably you, Geezer, on 272. She was only 6 away from that.
Yeah, not bad. Close, a couple.
Not bad. But it's a bit of a anticlimax, but I'm not going to complain because I remember that one week where records were getting broken. So I won't complain. It would have been good to have a little twist at the end, make it a bit exciting, but it is what it is.
Anyway, the main thing
Yeah.
doesn't really matter who's won. It's the fact it's last year I got the highest total 100, and this year I got the highest total 135. Yes, should get extra points for that.
So you should get some bonus. You know what we should do? Maybe you know what? Right, let me just go back here. Next season we should do that. We should keep and at the end of the season, whoever has that record maybe get some sort of at the end of the. So if we say it now, and then there, so we'll make a little few tweaks. Not too
we
many.
can start it today, and then
No, but we can start it from last season, so you got double the points from last year. What we got here? Can you put the score done now? Not a clue about this club. I don't even know what channel. I make corners 106, says Robert. Nice. 394 Walito math check. Let me go back here. Corners. 104. Robert, is that you counting the corners, Robert? Right, let me just go here. Let me just quickly check these corners. Let me check. Right, let's do some quick maths. I don't want to make no mistakes. Right, we had. What game did we do here? Was this West Ham? No, wrong one. Hold on. Let me just do this quickly. Corners. Is it corners he's on about?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay, right. Let me just double check this. Corners. 7, 14, 7, 21, 4, 25, 36, 43, 58, 69, 82, 95, 104. 104, Robert. Definitely. And you know what? I put in the match stats maybe 2 days after the games. Today, running late, I said to Claire, I went back through, and the only thing that had changed was a couple of cards. They put Van Dijk got booked to the 95th minute. That fucked me up because I think one of the games I had 5 cards. Went back today, and then they put an extra card in that game. So now obviously I didn't get the 10 points for that. So I've double checked it and as close as 8 o'clock tonight just to make sure. So it's all confirmed, Roberto. Oh shit! Look at this one. I make corners 121. I make corners 102. Says Inky. I just want to check that Inky's got 100. Yeah, he has. Yeah. But Robert, I've double checked that. It's definitely all correct, Mr. VAR. Not used to seeing Titch without a hat. You know, I never used to wear hats. And then, I do. And then even now I'm looking at my hair, I'm thinking, my hair don't look good. It looked good in person. And then when you look on camera, like, I was going to put a hat on. That's a lot of the time. I'll get a haircut. In person, it looks good. And then when I look on it, I'm like, So I was close to putting a hat on, but I thought, fuck it. Can you read out corners you got? Okay. Right, Sheffield United is 7, Robert. Bournemouth is 7. And Fulham is 7. So the first 3 games we've done all got 7. Ipswich v West Ham 4 corners, Liverpool v Palace 11, Man United v Villa 7, Newcastle v Everton 15, Forest v Chelsea 11, Southampton v Arsenal 13, Spurs v Brighton 13, and Wolves v Brentford 11. But book it. But
you're not getting it, Robert. You're not getting him on the point. Like simple as that.
Right, Geezer, anything before we get into last week's scores? Yeah. I mean, and Xabi Alonso has been confirmed as the Real Madrid manager. Ancelotti is confirmed as the Brazil manager. So it's Brazil's first ever foreign national team manager.
Oh, he's got to Brazil.
How do you think it'll work out for both of those? Trent as a player, 6-year contract, and Ancelotti going into, when is the World Cup? Is the World Cup next year as well? Like, I ain't got a clue. I'm lost.
Fuck me, I've lost track. Is it 26 or?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, how do you think that will? Wait 1 sec.
Yeah, it must be 26. Isn't it?
Hold on a minute. How the fuck? Right, sorry, Geezer. Can you read it right? Book it equals 106. Did it on a calculator? Oh shit. Hold on a minute, you lot. All right, let me just, because I didn't use a calculator. Right, Geezer, are you ready to do some quick maths? Yeah. Okay, right. We've got 3 7s is obviously 21. Right?
Yeah.
We've got 4 makes 25.
Yeah.
We've got 11 makes 36.
Correct.
We've got 7 makes 43.
Yeah.
15 makes 58.
I will say again.
43 had 15. 58.
Yeah, 58. Got it.
And then we've got 11, which makes it 69.
69.
Yeah. Now, 69. Yeah. So now we've got 13, which makes it 72. 69 at 13. 72,
no,
79, 82. 82, sorry. Then we've got another 13, which makes it 95.
Yeah.
And then we've got, 11, 106. Oh, shit. 95. 96. Yeah. Oh, shit, it is 106. But I just worked out and said, 106. My bad. 106. Yeah. Okay, Robert.
We've had double VAR. Get it right.
I just worked that out without you, and it was 140. I don't know what I done there. Right, 106. I'm glad that we've got some sort of lucky dip, and unfortunately, Danae's thing is now. Anyway, right. Sorry, 106. 100
points for Robert then. Or Robert.
Okay, it hasn't affected the aggregate, which is 268. Geezer, that brings you even closer, 4 away from that, but nobody. So Robert, I'm glad you've done that. Yeah, because obviously I was, like I said, I checked it all late today. Worked out, I was so late. Me and Claire had so much. I was like, shit. By the time we get back, I said, I got to do the scores. I got to do this. So VAR checking possible red card, no offside or whatever. I used the calculator. Yeah, I probably should have done. Got your back, Roberto. Well done, Robert. I still get it to 102, says Inky. I put all that in definitely 121. Right. So we've had some late drama. Let's see if that actually changes anything. Robert. Right, Robert. It does. Takes him above Danny. So Robert is now on 25.50. He puts him level with Inky. Level with Inky. 45 away.
Level with Inky. Oh, right. That makes it interesting. Inky, Danny, and Robert find out.
Okay.
And they could all catch. They could catch Lawrence on a good week.
And for me, it makes it even worse because it takes the person that was just above me further away from me. So not good for me.
Yeah, you're relegated, son. You're gone.
Robert keeps stitching me up, doesn't he? All right, I'm glad you saw that though, Robert. Like I said, I've done it. Not the calculator. Normally, I just get Claire, but she was doing something, so I thought, fuck it, let me just quickly do this. Wish I check each week now. No. It's always, trust me. Today was a day where just for the match things, I was sort of doing it. Yeah, because she was on her phone doing something. So I thought, let me just do it. Well done, Robert, mate. I'll take that back, Robert. Robert on same as me. Well done, Roberto. Right. Geezer, before we get into some, Robert is now on 100 points extra. Only checked before I checked mine this week because I knew I had 106. Yeah, normally, Robert, it's all calculated and all that shit. But today, like I said, just for that, the match ones, I'd already done, not the match, So all of our one was done properly, but the actual games, I just done it like that. But I'm sure you'll go back and everything is all perfect. Geezer, anything
do you know about?
Yeah,
just one thing here that happened in Australia. And I just shake my head at this fucking transgender bullshit, right?
Mm.
And there's a private Catholic school down in South Australia, and they had their athletics thing on last week.
Yeah.
And this 13-year-old boy
Mm.
who decides he's a girl ran with the girls. He broke a 10-year-old record for the school, a 20-year-old record for the school, and a 30-year-old record for the school in that meet.
And he's 13, and he can
He's
decide. He can
Yeah.
decide.
Now,
He's a
this is a Catholic school, geezer, but to defend that school, it's not their fault, because the state government of South Australia have depicted that they can play in women's sport if they so reckon on whatever gender they say they are, they're allowed to compete. So the school has to comply with that.
They have to, yeah.
And now you've got records that'll never be broken again unless another transgender comes along.
See what I mean? It's just, yeah.
That's fucking mental, mate. And parents are going bonkers down there, right, about it. This is mad. Fucking mad.
That's
And
ridiculous.
it really is madness.
But
Women's sports being eroded if you continue with this shit. Simple as that.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, is a 13-year-old cannot decide to travel around the world by himself, but yet they can go even further than that and change or not even change their gender, just present.
No, it's not just whatever they decide they are. This is the thing. It's not changed.
Yeah, I know.
It's you
not
just
changed, sorry.
decide I'm a woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, we, as males, have got as much chance as being a woman as being a tree. So where does it end? If, let's say, for instance, that kid doesn't want to go into class, can he now say, I am a hopscotch chalk outline and just lay on the floor and not go? No, he can't. Can he say, I'm a cat and I'm going out this gate and I'm you understand? No, we can't. So why is it that the things that are impossible, right? Like I said, you've got more chance of being a cat than being a woman if you're a man.
See,
why is
I do. If someone wants to call yourself a fucking woman, go through your life, man. But where the line has to be drawn is you're still not allowed in the women's changing rooms, and you're still not allowed in women's sport.
Yeah.
Now, until they make up a transgender sport so they can all compete together, you either do what you're born as, you're in the men's or you're in the women's, as your biological sex dictates, right? That's it. Until you get another category of transgender, that you can't. It's just crazy.
Do you know, as a parent, obviously, we're parents, but you think I would let my kid?
No.
You think I would allow that? And I would go to that sports event and yes, get in there, girl. And so even that is like, okay, the kid can identify, like you said, what they want. But to take part in that, everybody knows it's wrong. That's there, and records are broken and all of that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but this is the thing. The parents of these transgenders are encouraging it because they're all real wokey fucking weirdo lefty fucking lunatics, right? I just don't understand it. I'd be embarrassed.
Nah, that's wrong. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. And the worst thing is, a 30-year record. Do you understand? I mean, yeah. It's
exactly. That's done again. No,
crazy.
if you take it to its ultimate, if it was allowed everywhere in the world, you would have, say, the women's 100 meters.
Yeah, done.
At the Olympics. A bloke comes into that and smashes it by a second. That's never going to be fucking changed. That's it.
Yeah, it's done.
Never,
exactly.
unless another bloke comes along.
Yeah.
They'll never beat that. If you took a second off the women's 100 meters, they'll never beat it.
No. Yeah, it's crazy.
But lucky enough, the next Olympics in America, and Trump has already said, no, it's not happening here. So.
Yeah, that there is that's annoying to hear. You know, this is all the way in Australia, but just to hear that this shit is still going on. Obviously, like certain countries now sort of saying whatever, but it's just wrong. It's just wrong, and yeah, it's imagine that was you're the woman who set that record 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the woman. You
You're the
understand?
girl.
Like, yeah, and now, yeah, like you said, it's never going to be legitimately broken again.
No.
Danny says, I've just gone back 4 streams. I'm owed 400 points. Yeah, I think I got like 2,000 outstanding. For fuck's sake, thought it was going to be a shark attack, says Freshie.
No, all quiet. The sharks this time of year, mate, have been very quiet.
Yeah, they're identifying as tuna at the minute, and then
yeah. We're not biting anyone.
Yeah, not biting no one. Sorry, Robert says I needed that because I knew I haven't scored well this week. Yeah, I wanted a shark attack, says Inky. You sick people.
I did tell a little story from America there the other day that Wally and Lawrence probably know this guy, Sheriff Grady Judd, right? You ever heard of him?
Nah.
Well, he's a sheriff, right? Now, what I like about sheriffs in America is they're elected.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to say what the fuck they want because they're not employed like normal police. You know, you get these police commissioners and stuff. They can't say shit because they're employed by the government. But a sheriff is elected, so he can say what he wants. So his press conferences have become legendary in America, in Polk County, down in Florida, right? So, and they put him on YouTube, right? So it's really good, right? He has photos of all the people, you know, the criminals that they'd nicked and whatever, drug dealers and whatever. He's quite good. And there was one there last week, which just made me laugh, right? They got a call out to this nice estate, a bit of money there, big lake in the middle of the estate, and this geezer's going around lunatic, mental. So they pulled into one side of the lake, and he jumped in the fucking lake and swam across the lake to get away.
The sheriff? Oh, the guy,
This criminal, call him a criminal, and the lake's full of alligators. But he got to the other side, so they driven around there, right, got out of their car, and he'd gone into a garden that picked up some shears, you know, the garden shears, and he attacks the coppers with the garden shears. So they both hit him with their tasers, right?
Yeah, and he's wet as well.
Yeah, and he never. Oh, he goes up. Didn't stop him. Nothing. No, they've got the body cam. Watching this with the body cam now. He was so high on meth, it done nothing. And then they run back to get away from him. Their car was there. He jumped into the front of their car, right, and tried to grab the shotgun out of their car. You know, they have it on the rack.
Yeah.
So 2 of them just fucking unloaded into the car and fucking killed him.
Oh shit! When was that? This week?
Yeah, or last week? Yeah. And then, but what they found when they dragged his body out, he'd been attacked by alligators swimming across the fucking lake as well. He chewed all his arm up, this alligator, and that didn't stop him.
Yeah, that didn't stop him. Then he got tasered after that. He's soaking wet.
Then tasered, yeah, and then fucking in the end they had to shoot the fuck out of him to kill him.
Fucking hell.
I know. Sad story, but I thought it was funny that this fucker on meth, alligator attacked him, didn't bother him. Still got across the lake.
They should use that as a warning to people that are on meth, or maybe this, you know, look at this shit here. Robert, I'm now in relegation zone. Well done though. West Ham have sold Sawyer to the Cherries.
Oh yeah. Swire, yeah.
That's Kamarai. How do you pronounce that?
Swire.
Kamarai. To Northampton Town.
I've heard his name, but I don't.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, Cobblers Town. It's true. Oh, he's funny. I still hold the 1,500 meter record by the time my youngest son got to upper school. True story.
Really? Are you long distance, Freshie boy?
I'm just waiting.
I love that 1,500 meters too.
I'm waiting for the joke. He's always got a little. I still held on by the time my youngest son got to upper school. True story.
Ooh.
That's a good achievement. I'm just waiting for him to.
Yeah. It's a good race, isn't it? 1,500.
Endurance. Freshie, I still hold the 3 mile record. Was getting chased by police. Wally says Florida man, laugh out loud. I was gonna
Yeah.
say meth, so Wally probably as soon as you started talking, he thought, yeah, it must be a meth head.
Yeah, but if
That's
you ever
kind
watch his press conference with Grady Judd, he's good, man. He's
So
very
did he speak after that guy's
yeah.
episode or?
He put up the big fight with the geezer and just explains it all to what happened. Because obviously the cops that shoot him then have to be put on leave.
Yeah.
But they have to. It's a protocol. They go on leave and then they investigate it and make sure they've not done anything wrong.
Yeah.
But the geezer was going for their shotgun in the fucking front cab, so
They shot him with what? Their pistols.
Yeah, they justified the shooting.
That's the kind of story we want. Geezer, says Inky. More of them ones.
It was funny.
Fox Sharp Watch. I'm changing channels to Polk County TV. See?
Yeah, do that, Fresh. It's fucking brilliant.
Middle distance.
He even done it with there's a couple of bent coppers in his thing, and he fucking named and shamed them as well. You know, he threw them up. Now what they did, or forget what it was, a while back, but he fucking ruined them and all.
What's the guy's name? The sheriff?
Grady Judd.
Are you familiar with him, Wally? I know you're in Florida sometimes. True story. Athletics champion, cross country. Oh, well done.
Wow, he long distance, Freshy. It's amazing that because my brother, before he joined the army, he never had an interest in running or any athletics. But he joined the army, I think, about 18. And he ended up being a marathon runner and long distance runner for it. And there's and fucking hell, man, he was fit as fuck. Even when he came home off leave to us, he'd be out at 5 a.m. doing a 6 mile run, you know, all around Upton Park.
What, like every day, every morning?
Every morning. He really got into it. And there's a massive thing in the army, right? It's called the Cyprus Walkabout, right? And what it is it's a competition. I'm not sure if it's I think it is every year or every 2 years, not sure. When he got sent to Cyprus with the regiment, what it is, the Troodos Mountains in Cyprus, you run all the way up it. It's basically a marathon.
Yeah.
And the next day you run all the way down it, and it's orienteering as well.
Right.
And its teams of 3, I think, 3 or 4. And he was part of that team. And the 2 years he was in Cyprus, they won it.
Wow.
And then he got sent to Northern Ireland. And then they came back as an overseas team for the 3rd year because no one's ever done 3 years on a row. And they won it again. So in his regiment, you know what I mean? He was up there, you know, because they love the regiment. Regiments love having fucking medals and trophies, and they love it because it's their regiment. You know?
Yeah.
And he won it 3 years on the trot.
Wow. Which has that been repeated? Anybody done it 3 years on the trot since then? No, I was thinking.
Like saying, to get, you'd have to be within the army thing to sort of know that it's when it's on and when it's happening. I heard the army radio. They done a thing. I had the tape of him. You know, the people commentating on the race and that. Because it goes for 2 days. It's fucking in the heat of Cyprus, and that first day is going up the mountain. Fucking brutal, man. Brutal race. See the state of him when he finished, Geezer. He looked like emancipated. He looked fucked.
And to do it 3 years in a row as well. Glutton for
But he loved it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? When I went to see him in Germany, it's a little sort of that. He took me to his athletics fucking stadium where he goes and trains and that. And I met this black guy, Geezer. I used to know his name. He used to train with him, this black geezer. And he was fucking quick. He was more of a speed merchant. Yeah. Right, 100 meters and that. Fit as fuck. Nice bloke. Really good geezer. And he ended up representing Great Britain in the Winter Olympics for the toboggan.
Oh, shit.
So you know the geezer at the back that keep pushing? Yeah. Because they just used it, because Winter Olympics for Britain a fucking waste of time, really. Yeah. But he was the guy at the back pushing, last boy into the toboggan.
Yeah. Wow.
And I remember seeing him. I remember seeing him at the Olympics doing it. You know, I was like, "Fuck me, I know that geezer."
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
That's
interesting.
right. Wally says, I think I've probably seen that sheriff on TV. I think so too, Wally. I'm sure I've seen one where he said, "Make no mistake, we're coming with guns." So yeah, maybe they're talking about that.
Yeah,
sheriff guy.
yeah. He does all that, Freshie. He don't fuck about, mate. He tells them. He said, "These criminals, we're coming, mate." It's fucking simple as that. You're getting it.
English bobsleigh team, says Danny White.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Danny. He was in the English bobsleigh team. Because they used to train out in Germany, right, with bobsleigh on wheels.
Yeah.
You know, because they did
Yeah.
through the summer, they'd train like that, and that was his job.
Yeah, I'm
So
just,
I think all the bobsleigh team are army. You know what I mean? We just didn't have that in England, so they used to train.
Yeah. I was just laughing when you said on the wheels, and I was just thinking of the Cool Runnings, you know, the Jamaicans doing the bobsleigh
Yeah,
thing as
yeah.
Right, you lot. We're going to get into last week's scores. I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes unless somebody somehow had a great week, which I don't know. Let me just get this loaded up. One sec.
Well, it'd be nice to get one fucking result right. I wouldn't have a clue.
Also, I mean, we can speak about this game. Right, the first game on here was Sheffield United v Sunderland. Do you know the result of that?
I can't remember the result. I heard Sheffield United. I think I might have watched 5-minute highlights of it, but I can't remember it.
Okay, right. So obviously Sheffield United was winning. I think they had a goal disallowed for offside, and Sunderland just weren't in the game. And then Sunderland eventually ended up winning in the 90 minutes, 2-1. So yeah, so a game that Sheffield United were in full control of. They'd obviously just missed out on the automatic promotion, so they had more points. They was the best of the rest, but Sunderland somehow, some way. I'm glad Sunderland came up rather than Sheffield United. But yeah, Sunderland are back in the Premier League. We will have the North East Derby back on again, which is always good for the Premier League.
Yeah.
One sec. That's what cost them goal. Got disqualified for having wheels on their sled. Said Geezer's going to go nuts at this one.
Oh God, it must be a 2-1. Was it? It was 2-1.
Violins for Sean B. Right. So, well done, Sheffield United. I'm sorry, Sunderland. Commiserations, Sheffield United, and I'm glad that they didn't come back up. The game had 5 cards, 7 corners, 7 shots on target. It finished Sheffield United 1, Sunderland 2. Geezer.
Oh, that's bad.
For the final round of results for us, what did we do for this match?
I went 2-1. I'll have 50.
Yeah.
I went 2-1 Sheffield, which it should have been, but you went 1-0 Sunderland, 2-1 Robert Sheffield, 1-0 Inky Sunderland, Freshie, 2-1 to Sunderland. Well done. So did Lawrence.
Well done, Lawrence.
Well, he went 2-1 like me, son, the wrong way. Unlucky. Yep. 1-0 Danny, 2 Sunderland, 1-1 Darren, 2-1 Colin. Well done, Colin.
Well done, Colin.
Yeah, right, that was a shock. So,
okay, right. So you correctly predicted 5 cards, so you're off the mark straight away. 10 points. 5-7-7. Wally correctly predicted 5 cards. 10 points for Walito. Not only did Lawrence get the correct score, he got the correct card. So 25 in total for Lawrence.
Good start.
25. 5 points for Roberto for the correct cards.
10 points.
10 points, sorry. For 5. He picked 5 cards, 10 points, yeah.
You're trying to nick them points back off of me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them back. Right, Freshie got 15. 5-7-7. 10 points for Inky for 5 cards. So 10 points for Inky Boy. 10. 577. Right, 10 points for Darren for the cards.
Fuck you know, everyone's on the board here. Nearly, bar a couple.
And an additional 10 points for Colin, also for the cards. So 25 in total for Colin.
Shit, well done, cop.
25. Right, that's that. See
Oh,
where
God.
First, she says, see where thievery gets you. 15 points stolen. Wally says 2-1, but I picked the wrong way.
Yeah.
At least you got the cards, Wally. Right, next game. Bournemouth 2, Leicester City 0. Jamie Vardy didn't play in this game, so yeah, he didn't play. This game had 2 cards, 7 corners, and 7 shots on target. Giza, what did we pick for this game? 2-0 Bournemouth. AFC Bournemouth.
I went 3-0.
Yep.
You went 3-1. 1-1. Said Robert Inky got in with 2-0.
Well done, Inky.
2-1 Fresh. Yeah, 2-1s. 2-1 Lawrence. Oh, how did Wally come up with 2-0 there? Fuck off, Wally. What's going on, man? Stick to your 2-1.
Well done, Wally.
What a wanker. 3-1 Danny. 2-1 said Darren. 2-2 Colin.
Thanks for that, Roberto. Right, so right, I correctly predicted 2 cards, so I'll have 10 points. Wally's got 15. 277. 277. 1 sec. 15 for Inky. And finally, you correctly predicted 7 corners, so 10 points for you.
Whoa. Plodding along. The worst.
Yep, that's that done. Right.
Keep an eye on these scores. Yeah, 25.
Swinging for the fences.
It's only Danny Boy needs to get going.
Right. Wally says, swinging from the fences, I changed from 2-1, and that you reap the reward in that game anyway.
That's right. Yeah, good pick, mate. Good pick. But he heard what I said. There's no way Ipswich have scored a goal last week. There's no way they're scoring. No Vardy. They can't score goals most weeks. He was never going to score. So he obviously listened to me, and I got him 15 points.
Yep. Right, listen. When we get to this particular game, it's not this one. I want to see people's fucking opinion on. I forgot about it. It's only now it's reminded me because we've got to the Man City. So Man City qualified for the Champions League. They beat Fulham 2-0 away. But there was another game that was involving the Champions League team, which anyway, we're going to get to that. So we'll speak about that when we get there. Anyway, Fulham 0, Man City 2, no cards, 7 corners once again, and 8 shots on target. So that's 3 games in a row that had 7 corners. Giza, Man City obviously are confirmed in the Champions League next year. They've done what they had to do in this final game, or the final 2 games, I should say. Fulham have had a decent season, sort of fell away a little bit near the end where, Europe was still...
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Robert. Yeah, no cards, so no one ain't getting that. 7 corners, 8 shots on target. Giza, Fulham 0, Man City 2. What do we pick? And did anybody? Because so far we've had correct results in both games. Did anybody?
Yeah, I gave Fulham a goal. I thought they could manage a goal against Man City, but I went 2-1 to City. You went 3-2. 3-1, Robert, to City. What was the score? 2-0.
0-2, yeah.
Yeah, well done, Inky. He's in again. We've got another score right.
Well done, Inky boy.
2-1 Fresh. 2-1 Lawrence to City. 3-1 Wally. 2-1 Danny to City. 3-1 Darren. And 2-2 Colin. So, just Inky boy.
Right, so Robert's confirmed. We had no cards, 7 corners, and 8 shots on target. 078. Wait, hold on. Let me put Inky's 15 first. 15 for Inky. 078. The only person that scored for the correct corners was you, Geezer. You correctly predicted 7 corners. So another 10 points for you, sir.
Do you remember what I said to you last week? I said what I've noticed about City games, and it's never a lot of corners.
Not a lot of corners. Yeah, I remember you said that.
So that's why I went low there, and it worked because there isn't for some reason.
So, and yeah, you got the corners right in the Bournemouth game, which also had 7, and then you got the cards in the Sheffield United game, which obviously wasn't a Premier League game. So, just for knowing your stuff, maybe you should get an extra 1,000 points.
Yeah, 600.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I just realized. All right. I didn't realize. Ipswich 1, West Ham 3. We had 2 cards, 4 corners, and 10 shots on target. Freshie says it's a fix. I've just seen. Yeah. Okay. All right. Ipswich 1, West Ham 3. Any thoughts on the game? I know it's end of the season and all that. We went 1-0 up. They made it 1-1, and then we beat them.
It's one of them. It was good to see Fabianski be putting the goals for it. That was good. Bones scored a good cracker goal. Good little bit of work with him and Wan-Bissaka. That was nice. Nice to see Kudos finish off with a goal.
Yeah.
That might be the last time we see him. I thought Ollie Scholes looked a bit meh. I'm not convinced of that boy. You know, I'm on the other channel and all that. You know, people been raving about this Scholes. I don't see it.
No.
And I even said it the other night. You know, we had Dean Garner and Ngakia. I thought they looked better when they had their chances at West Ham first team than Scholes. And look where they are now.
Yeah.
You know, even Johnson looked a lot better. And he just got relegated with Ipswich, and he weren't even getting game every week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know he's young, Scholes. He's got a long way to go. There's no doubt he's having a career in football. I've got no doubt about that. But at that level, Premier League, I'm not convinced.
It's funny. You know, I don't know whether I said it on here, and I don't think I did. I think I was trying to be. But yeah, I think about 3 months ago, I had the same thing where I'm thinking, I know there's probably a lot of hype and all of that, but I don't see it as in like, wow, look what we've got on our hands. I don't see that. You know,
I thought he'd done well in the first few games. He done really well. It was full pressure. I mean, you'd like to see a young lad come on and do well, and he did.
Yeah.
But I think the more I've seen him, the more I'm starting to see he's not that quick. He doesn't really take people on when if he pushes forward on the line. Yeah. I think he can get better. He's young, but I don't see him as the answer. Let's put it that way, as a left back.
Well, he can't get faster, so you know, and pace in the modern game as a fullback is almost essential. So, yeah. But you know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm not like I'm impressed. No, not even impressed. I like the fact that he's come through the academy and he's been given a chance. But he doesn't sort of make me think, we've got him for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
he's fucking
that's all I am. I hope he does well. I really do, but I'm not seeing it. See that fucking... I've been saying this about Tadibo all year.
Yeah.
He always looked like he just got out of bed.
Yeah.
Right? It looks like he's fucking so unfit. And that attempt to stop that boy coming through for their goal was fucking Sunday League. He went to one knee and stuck his leg out while the geezer just skipped past him. That was pathetic.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then you see some really good bits from him. But Summer, I'm not sure that geezer. He doesn't look fit. He worries me, that boy.
Sunday, you know, you see them ones on the Sunday. They're good players, but you know they're not committed. And then they've gone out on the lash, and then and then he comes and plays, and he does some good things, and then not so good things as well. Right, we've confirmed we had 2 cards for only 4 corners, 10 shots on target. Finished Ipswich 1, West Ham 3. Geezer, what do we pick for? Yeah,
of course I fucking got it right, boy. End yourself. Because I knew West Ham were going to win that 3-1. I always believed we were going to win that game. There you go. 3-1, I said, West Ham, get in there. So did you, Chich. 3-1, West Ham, get in there. Sorted. Robert, 2-0 to West Ham. 2-0 said Inky. 2-1 Fresh to West Ham. 2-0 said Lawrence. 2-1 said Wally. Not happening. 2-0 Danny went for Ipswich. Never happening. Darren 3-1. Well done, Darren. He copied me.
Yep.
And 1-1 said Colin. So 3.
Did we say at the start of last show, whoever gets the West Ham score right, they get 500 points? We did say that, didn't we? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, well, we should have done.
Right, you lot. So let's go. 2, 4, 10. Right, Wally correctly predicted 10 shots on target. So 10 points for Walito.
God.
2, 4, 10. 2, 4, 10. 2, 4, 10. 2, 4, 10. 2, 4, 10. 2, 4, 10. Danny, 10 points for the correct shots on target.
Off the mark, Danny boy.
And an additional 10 points for Darren for the shots on target. So 25 in total for Darren.
Oh, I didn't want that. Right. Oh, this is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Not
No,
my
just
stream.
I'll add
What's
these
that,
up.
bro? Yeah, I'll put the league table up for you to read when you read them out. Bear in mind, you lot, Robert has got an additional 100 points. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we've still got 7 games after this anyway, but I know we've got some decent points on the board, I think.
Yeah, everyone's on the ball. Jeez, I was still on 0 this time last week. So, yeah, I've got 45.
Oh, wow.
Not bad. That's not bad. So I've got scored in every game. Fucking brilliant.
Bad.
25 for you, 10 for Robert, 40 for Inky, 15 for Fresh, 25 for Lawrence, 35 Wally, 10 Danny, 45 Darren, 25 Colin.
Right, you and Darren on 45, and this is only our 1, 2, 3, 4th game. And last week, 50 points, won it for Inky. So it's definitely,
Mentor.
yeah. Hopefully it's not, famous last words, but definitely a better week than last week. The extra 500 points for getting West Ham score. Oh, right. So, you know what? This has given me an idea, actually. Anyway, right. So, let's go back to. So, yeah, that's only 4 games in, and we've got some decent scores. Right, Geezer. The next game on here, and the game after this is the one I'm talking about with the controversy. Anyway, Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, Liverpool. Champions League winners, Liverpool 1. FA Cup winners, Palace 1. Palace was winning 1-0. Liverpool got a red card, but then they did end up equalising. I don't think either team would have been dissatisfied with a draw, considering everything that's happened this season, and it was the last game of the season. But yeah, 1-0. We had 3 cards, Robert, 11 corners, and 8 shots on target. Geez, anything to say about this match?
Can't remember it, but
Who got the red card? Gravenberch.
Huh?
Gravenberch got a red card. I know that, straight red. I'm not sure what it was for.
yeah, I think it was a straight red too, from what I remember. Yeah, it's can't remember.
And then,
Yeah.
Did Salah score or got an assist? Anyway, but if you remember,
Yeah, he got something. I mean,
Yeah,
he
I
might have got
remember-
the goal.
I remember you saying that when he was on fire this season, he's probably going to break, or he will probably break that record for goal involvements. And then he went a bit quiet.
Yeah,
And then it took him to the final game just to equal the Premier League record for goal involvements, which is obviously goals and assists. So he
Yeah.
had that in his hands. He should have probably beaten that, but he kind of went off the boil a bit. I think after the Champions League against PSG, where I think he was quiet in both legs, he kind of went off the
Yeah.
boil a bit in the Premier League.
yeah, he did. He was on fire before that. On fucking fire.
Yeah,
I thought he was the best I've ever seen him for that
exactly.
period of time.
He was.
And then
he
he
definitely was.
went off. But he got it in. Yeah, he got one in the end. Ryan Giggs, I think he equalled most,
Oh, was it?
47 or something.
Yeah. I don't know who it was, but yeah, he equaled it. So he almost didn't even get that, and he had to wait until the last game of the season, and they were down to 10 men at that point as well. He said he got a yellow early on as well. Salah did. Right, so this is the game. No, it's not. 3. No, it's not. It's not. Anyway, 1-1. Either.
Yeah, I always fancied the draw, as you did. A lot of people did. So, yeah, I went for 2-2. Well, that would have been one of them games. You went 2-2. Robert went 2-2. 2-0 Inky said to Liverpool. 2-1 Fresh. Never happened. 3-1 said Lawrence. 3-1 said Wally. 2-1 Danny to Palace. 3-1 Darren to Liverpool. 2-1 Colin to Palace. So, yeah,
Right,
the 1-1. Not there.
That's the first game, I believe, that nobody hasn't got the correct score. That is right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3-11-8. Wally correctly predicted 3 cards, so 10 points for Walito.
Won that.
3-11-8. Lawrence correctly predicted 11 corners, so 10 points for Lawrence. 3-11-8. 3-11. Freshie correctly predicted 11 corners, so 10 points for first fielder. 3-11-8, 3-11-8, 3-11-8, 3-11-8. And that's it. Nobody else scored any points. Wally, Lawrence, and Freshie, 10 points apiece.
Yeah, he's up.
Yep.
Puts everyone fucking close. A lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, look.
Oh, sorry, Robert. So it's 2 yellows. Oh. So was it a yellow and then a straight red for him, or second yellow? I think it was a straight red. So he got imagine that, he got a yellow and then a straight red.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it, but I can't.
I think because I just saw straight red, I didn't even realize that he'd got booked earlier on in that game. Right, this is the game, you lot. I want to know everybody's opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion. Anyway, it's Man United 2, Aston Villa 0, but that is not even half the story. Aston Villa were down to 10 men. The goalkeeper got sent off. Whilst they were drawing, they were still... No, they wasn't. Once Everton took the lead against Newcastle, a draw would have been enough for Villa to get 5th and Champions League football. Then they go and score a goal where the goalkeeper did not have the ball in his hand. Morgan Rogers nicked it off him, scored. The referee was about 20, 25 yards back, and he blew his whistle instantly. Once he blew his whistle, VAR cannot get involved, right? Now, for me personally, in this day and age where you've got linesmen keeping the flag down, people getting injured when you can clearly see he's offside, you are surely you're under the same instructions, just let the play, we can always go back to VAR. So I would say this, right? In this day and age, that was a disgraceful decision. Like, it was
Crazy.
Appalling. I couldn't listen. I've got no dogs in this fight. I was fucking pissed off because what's at stake. People's jobs and livelihoods are at stake. If they're planning for Champions League and this is our budget and this is the staff and all of that, and you do something like that, right? As a player, I don't know. Me personally, like those years, like when I was younger, I would have lost it. I would have lost it. Yeah, I swear to God, I wouldn't have been able to take that because why the fuck? There's no way you knew for a fact it was in the goalkeeper's hand when it clearly wasn't, right? So, Giza and everybody in the chat, just give me your thoughts on that and how would you feel if you was a Villa player and then a Villa fan?
Exactly what you said. Obviously, I could not believe, and I couldn't. So I didn't know he'd blown his whistle when you're watching it, right?
I heard it straight away. I was like,
and I'm going, with a VAR, fuck it, they'll sort this out, And then stay at a free kick. What? I thought it was crazy. And then you hear, the referee blowing his whistle. Why did you blow your whistle, you mug?
Mm-mm.
When like you said, when that 1 year got injured the other day, when the guy was so far offside.
Exactly.
That linesman should have put a fucking flag up and didn't. I mean, it's obvious that he was offside by a yard. And to blow your whistle there when it couldn't have been clear to you from where you stand.
And he's no.
Yes, a real bad refereeing decision to blow a whistle. Just let it play. What difference does it make? In that, there was no one going to get injured. There was just let him kick the ball in the goal and then look at it and then not award it. If he is a foul, kicked it out of his hands. But he didn't. He never had the ball.
Mm.
Oh, man, that would have been heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Fuck. sake.
And
It
now,
really was bad. And you go back to that, this is a fucking another Man United fucking decision. You get conspiracy theories, guys. See, I think Man United get the rub of the green there.
do you know,
Oh man, that was just so bad.
the worst thing is, anybody that's not a football person would say, yeah, but Man United scored 2 goals. We know they would not have gone on to score those goals had that, maybe they would have scored 1, maybe. But that would
They
still
might have
been
done,
enough.
yeah.
That would have been enough for Villa. They wouldn't have beat them. They would not have
That's
gone
what I'm
and
saying.
beat
It changes the game. You go 1-0 up with 10 men, mate. That's it. You're shutting up shop.
them.
You're
Exactly.
shutting up shop.
Against a team that's got nothing to play for. They've just lost the cup final where they could have saved their season. Once they go 1-0 down to 10 men and you shut up shop, they don't have the motivation or the will to go and win that game. So Newcastle, this is their year. Lucky fuckers, because not lucky that they won the Carabao Cup, but they are lucky. They lost at home to Everton in a game that was, they needed to win. And then that decision goes heavily in their favor. So
No, I wouldn't say it did cost Villa, but I mean, over a season, there's loads of games they bloody should have won against other opposition. That's cost them not being in the Champions League. Not so much that, but that decision on its own, it's fucking mental.
I couldn't believe it. And I think Villa questioned the choice of referee. He's not very experienced, I don't think, in the Premier League. So they're saying, why would you pick him for such a high profile game? Yeah, and obviously they've got every right to.
So yeah, exactly. West Ham Ipswich, you put any old fucking referee in that, can't you? No one would have cared.
Yeah.
But when it means something for a team, which it did for Villa, even though the sending off Martinez was right.
Yeah.
He just went and cleaned him up, mate. Terrible back pass by Matty Cash. What the fuck was he doing?
Awful.
It was awful. And Martinez, myself, if I was Martinez, I'd think, fuck it, just let him score, let him go around me and score, rather than go down to 10 men.
Yeah.
I think that might have been a better option. But he thought not.
But the thing is, had the ref allowed the goal, had Villa gone on to win that or draw that game, Martinez, that decision would have been the correct decision. We could not afford to go 1-0 down. Right? Villa didn't play well in that game. So if the referee hadn't messed that up, that would have been the correct decision for Martinez, because then, it would have prevented them potentially from scoring. But obviously, the referee, terrible. Should have been a goal, says Danny. I think it was the ref's first game as well in the Prem. I'm not too sure, but I know he's inexperienced in the.
No, I don't think it was his first. That would have made a bigger deal about it.
He hasn't had a lot of games though, Danny. I know that.
But not a lot.
He said the John McGinn got karma is working. Fuck him. What he said, I didn't see it, but Man U always get the calls, as you just said there. Right, here we go. Just for the older people, that Tenor, Mash, Loteta,
Loteta Sweat,
Hot Lips,
Hot Lips. Oh, right. Yeah. Hot Lips. Yeah, you wouldn't have you're a bit too young for that, Mash, you Gazer?
Was that was a TV show, isn't it?
Yeah, it was set in the Korean War. Americans in the.
I've heard it. I think maybe when I was a kid, it used to come on, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. I know.
Yeah, it was
I do know the name.
Very, very popular show at the time. It was really good, really good. And she was the blonde sort of bombshell in it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was it was quite funny and sort of dark and funny in the same thing. A bit of a black comedy.
Yeah.
With the humour. So it was quite good. Yeah.
What did MASH stand for?
Oh, they were all medics in one of them field hospitals.
Yeah.
In Korea, so that it was all funny until they started bringing helicopters, all the fuckers blowing up and their legs hanging off and all that. It was a field hospital, and the MASH I think stood for something. The last letter H could be the hospital.
Oh,
but yeah, I think that's what it was. Might have been medical, about hospital. Yeah.
I bet. Yeah, let us know what that stands for. I used to watch it. I like I liked it
Yeah,
at the time.
it was very popular at the time, man. Very good.
All right. So yeah, that game.
Alder. When they see his name, the main actor for it was some John Alder, Robert Alder. Got one.
Was it
Yeah.
like all American cast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. One sec. He says she's the only one of the original movie, also in a series. Oh, Mobile Army Strategic Hospital.
There you go.
That's what it stands for. Oh wow.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So was it
a bit right?
was it the film first or the TV series first?
I think it's a TV series first.
And then they made a film, and she was the only one that was in that. Mobile
Yeah, it
Army.
was very good. John Alder, I think his name was. But
Alan
Yeah.
Alda.
good shit.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alder. There you go. Nearly. I nearly got it. Alan Alder. Yeah, very good. He was the main character in it, I think. And yeah,
Alright.
that little specky geezer with the glasses. What's his name?
Yeah, all I mean, I remember the name Mash, but yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Good show.
Oh, so yeah, it was the
Probably
movie.
very
It was the movie
Was
first.
it?
Yeah, and Wally says that the reason why I asked is the way he writ it. She's the only one
I
of the
didn't know
original movie. Also, in this, yeah, that's why I thought. Oh, maybe it was a film first. But yeah, it was a film first. Radar.
Oh, I didn't realise that. Radar, that's his name, Wally. Radar, the little specky geezer. He was good in it.
Radar O'Reilly.
Yeah, Radar. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it's good. Where were we?
So anyway, in this controversial game, Man United ended up winning 2-0. Robert, we had 5 cards, once again 7 corners, and 11 shots on target. So that's probably 4 of the games that had 7 corners in. Geezer, Man United 2, Aston Villa 0. What do we pick for this, please, sir?
I went 1-1, geezer. He went 3-0 to Villa. 3-1 Robert to Villa, 2-1 Inky to Villa, 2-1 Fresh to Villa, 3-1 Lawrence to Villa, 2-1 Wally. Danny with the big 7-1, mate. That was definitely getting extra 500 points to Villa. Never happening. Darren 3-1, 2-0 to Villa, said Colin.
Okay, right. So Robert has confirmed the cards, corners, shots on target. 5, 7, 11. Right, Wally correctly predicted 5 cards, so 10 points for Walito.
No.
5, 7, 11. 5, 7, 11, 5, 7, 11, 5. Inky correctly predicted 5 cards, so 10 points for Inky. 5, 7, 11. And then 10 points for Darren and Colin for the cards.
Oh, my God. Big 10 points for Darren.
Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still got 5 games to go. So the next game on this list was the Newcastle Everton game, which obviously we just said Newcastle benefited from the referee messing up in the Villa Man United game. And a game that people would have expected Newcastle to win with what was at stake. They ended up losing 1-0 to Everton at St. James's Park. 6 cards, 15 corners, 12 shots on target. Did you watch any of this game, Giza?
Yeah, I did watch the highlights. It goes, fucking, I remember, I don't think Newcastle weren't that at their best. But it was a smash and grab. It was a typical fucking Moy smash and grab, though. They should have scored Newcastle. They should have won it. And Everton nicked it. Yeah.
That would
Just a smack
have,
and grab.
after winning the cup, if they would have lost and it would have put them in the Europa League, that would have been like definitely an anti-climax for this season. If they would have lost at home to Everton and not qualified, because obviously they're on a path where they want to be challenging for the title. So, and rubbing shoulders with the best teams in Europe. So they need Champions League football for where they want to go, and they got a bit of luck. But as you've alluded to, the season is over 38 games. So although it came down to the last game of the season where things did happen, it is about the whole 38 games rather than just that last game. Right, so that game finished 0-1. We had 6 cards, 15 corners, 12 shots on target. Giza, Newcastle 0, Everton 1. What do we pick for that, please?
Oh, I went 2-0 Newcastle, 2-0 you, 2-1 Robert, 2-0 Inky, 2-1 Fresh, 2-1 Lawrence, 2-0 Wally, 5-3 Danny. Good effort. 3-1 Darren, 2-0 Cole, all to Newcastle.
Did you get any food? Right, so let's see. 6, 15, 12. 6, 15, 12, 6, 15, 12, 6, 15, 12, 6. Oh shit, this is gonna surprise you. Somebody picked 15 corners and 12 shots on target. They're the only person to score any points. So 20 points for guess who? 15 corners.
Robert.
And... No.
What?
Danny.
Oh, that's
So
huge.
Your score was way off. You're 5-3, but to pick 15 corners and 12 shots on target, that's a good effort, Danny. So 20 points. He's the only one that scored any points in that game as well. So well done,
Right.
Danny boy. 1, 2, 3, and we've got four more games to go. Look, he says got to be Roberto. Yeah, you would think it would be Robert. That's why Giza said him as well. But yeah, it was actually Danny. Nice one, Danny boy. Right, Giza, we've got 4 games. Just go through the scores again, please. I'll put the league table up. What are we on at the minute? And Robert's got 100 points extra, obviously.
It's all very close. See, I'm on 45. You're on 25. Robert, only 10. 50 for Inky. 25 for Fresh. 35 Lawrence. 55 Wally. 35 Danny. 55 Darren. 35 Colin.
So Wally and Darren on 55 leading, yeah?
Yeah. It's, there's anyone really could have a little run in and win this.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right. So we've got 4 more games. That's on. Well done, Danny boy. Right. So the next game on here. It was a big game in regards to what was at stake. It was Nottingham Forest v Chelsea. Forest had to win, and then hope results went their way, which they did as well. They did go their way because Villa lost and Newcastle lost. So a Forest win would have got them in the Champions League, I believe. Is that right? Let me just double check that.
It must be, yeah.
I'm sure
They still had a chance.
I want to confirm that. Anyway, they ended up losing 1-0 to Chelsea. So Chelsea confirmed Champions League football, and then Chelsea went on to then win the Conference League, which, as we said at the start of the show, means they're the only team to win all of the European trophies. One sec. Right, so Forest, if they would have won 68, they would have went above Villa and Newcastle. So Forest, they had the wobble that you predicted. You did predict it. It doesn't matter when it happened. You said they will. You felt they would have a wobble, which ultimately has happened. And they now play Conference League football next season.
Yeah, it's a shame for them. They ended up with Conference and not Europa. But again, it's all about expectations. If they'd finished strong, they would have been in Champions League. They didn't.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it. But who's to say they won't go and win that Conference League and then be back in Europe next year with Europa?
Exactly. So, I mean, last week you said you felt Europa League was better for them than Champions League, but maybe Conference League is potentially their sort of level where if you really want to try and win it, it would be the Conference League, not the Europa League.
If you want to look at progression, fuck it, get into the Conference League, try and win that, and then Europa League the year after. The only trouble is if they can keep the players that they've got. That's their biggest problem. I mean, keeping hold of
Hudson-Odoi,
Gibbs White, and then 2 centre halves. I think are pretty decent.
Elanga maybe might be on people's radar.
And Elanga, he's doing well. So they've got to keep hold of the players to be competitive next year. But like I said, they're never going to get another season out of Woods like they just had.
Nah.
I mean, and that, I'll say, the last month, 6-8 weeks or so, he's not been banging them in, has he? And I think that's the difference. He was banging them in for fun for so long. You know, to get 20 goals in a Forest team like that was fantastic for a big 6'4" centre forward. But he was always that said, I don't see Woods being the answer for them next year. He had his day there, and I don't think he'll do it again. And he ran out of steam at the end.
I mean, if they do find somebody better suited than him, he's still going to be crucial to them in that Conference League and as a backup or second option.
Absolutely.
In the Premier League. So he's still going to be needed at Forest, definitely.
Yeah.
Right. So, Danny says I'm on 30, Geezer. You said 35.
Who said that? Danny.
So I think you've given him a point. 5.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you got 25 in that last one, didn't you, Danny?
No, he got 20 because he got two. He got the corners and shot.
Oh, did he? You're right. I wrote 25 down. Gee, I'll try to be good to you, mate.
See that, Danny tried to help you out there.
30. All right, you're down 30.
Right, just quickly, you lot. Remember I said to you, so I got the lucky dip wrong because Claire normally I tell her on the phone and but she was busy, so I done it off my head. That's why I got it wrong. So say sorry.
Yeah.
It's her fault.
Yeah, right. Basically.
Still not bad for Forest. No, it's not. Chris Wood. Murillo. I spotted the double drop, says Freshie. I spotted the double drop. Double drop. We lost.
Don't know what that means.
Right, so Forest. All right, sorry, Robert. We had 4 cards, 11 corners, and only 4 shots on target. Not in the Forest 0, Chelsea 1. Geezer, what do we pick for that, please?
I picked 1-1. Tell you that. You went 2-1 Forest, 2-2 Robert, 2-1 said Inky to Chelsea, 2-1 Freshie. We tossed a coin for that one. 2-2 Lawrence, 1-1 Wally, copied me. 3-2 Danny to Forest, 2-2 Darren, 2-1 Colin to Forest.
So no correct score. Right, Freshie. So, right, Cheer find this funny. So Freshie's putting it. Oh, I spotted the double drop, and I'm like, what? He said, "Oh, the tablets." Yeah, I could probably. The first 2 I took, Freshie, are big ones. How many of them could I swallow in one go?
Oh God, about 10.
I could probably do 8 to 10 in one go. Like, yeah, like you know, like big tablets. Yeah, his face. Like, I just done it all there, all polite and nice for you, lot. But normally I'd put them all in, just to put it all together. But yeah, like big tablets, I can take. Yeah, probably about 10 in one go. Like big ones with hardly any juice either.
That's frightening.
Tablets, not a couple of. Right, so right, 4, 11. So nobody got the correct score. 4 cards, 11 corners, 4 shots on target. 4, 11, 4.
Shit,
4, 11, 4, 4, 11, 4, 4, 11. Lawrence correctly predicted the cards and the corners, so 20 points for Lawrence.
20 points for Lawrence.
Yeah, he got the cards and the corners. 4, 11, 4.
That's massive.
Freshie also got the cards and the corners, so 20 points for Freshie.
Whoa, stop.
4, 11,
Christ, I'm going backwards.
Once again, another double for Danny. He got the cards and the corners, so another 20 points for Danny.
Jeez.
10 points for
That's
Colin.
a big move, Danny. 40 and 2 hits. That's yeah, big move up there, boy.
10 points for Colin for the correct cards.
And Colin, that gets him up there.
And finally, 10 points for you for the correct corners.
Oh, I needed that. Oh, gone off the ball there. Oh,
We've got 3 games remaining. On behalf of Larry Dog, book it. Yeah, book it, Geezer. 3 doubles in that game.
I'll bring all these scores down so I've got an idea of who's doing what. Lucky, you know. This is close. This is close. Shit. I better read these out because it's bar Robert, who knew he had a bad week. And you're lagging, but fuck me, everyone's pretty close here. I'm on 55, Peter.
We've got 3 games remaining, yeah? 55 for you.
Yeah. You're on 25.
Terrible.
Robert's on 10. 50 for Inky. 45 for Fresh. 55 Lawrence. 55 Wally. 50 Danny. 55 Darren. And 45 Colin.
So it's just me and Robert that is not doing...
Yeah, basically you and Robert are lagging, but fucking hell, everyone else is in for a shout. Everyone.
Well, at least, like I said, I thought it was an anti-climax. Robert then done the maths and he did actually get the lucky dip. And then at least we're going to have a close run to see who actually wins tonight's show. Right, you lot. The next game is, or was, Arsenal v Southampton, or Southampton v Arsenal, which finished Southampton 1, Arsenal 2. Robert, we had no cards, 13 corners, and 10 shots on target. Geezer. Yeah, Southampton 1, Arsenal 2. The game meant nothing to any
fucking
of
Arsenal.
teams.
I went for the silly score, didn't I? And they let me down, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, so this game kind of didn't mean nothing to either of these teams. I think, actually, if Arsenal didn't win this, maybe City could have actually overtook them, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was on the cards. There was a possibility. They needed to put a win.
Or a draw. They needed just a draw. Because if they would have lost, they would be equal. They would have been equal with City and maybe just beat them on goal difference. But that wouldn't have looked good, would it? That if they ended up on the same points as City. So they needed to win this game.
They couldn't have gone and beat fucking Southampton. There was a problem, wasn't there?
Mm.
That was 2-0, was it?
No, it finished Southampton 1, Arsenal 2.
Jeez, oh God, no. Didn't want that. Didn't want that score. Fucking hell. Right, I went for 0-4. 1-3, you said 6. Lucky 0-2, Robert. 0-3, Freshie the fucker. Well done. 2-1. He gave Southampton the goal. I couldn't see how could fucking Southampton score. How? There you go. 0-2 Lawrence, 0-2 Wally, 2-0 Danny to Southampton, 3-0 Darren's arse, and Colin 3-0 to us.
Right. So
just Freshie.
Right, Robert has confirmed the other stats. So 0, 13, 10. Right, Wally, 10 points for the correct shots on target.
No, we don't want that.
0, 13, 10, 0, 13, 10, 0, 13, 10. Right, and then 10 points for these 3 people. Danny, Darren, and Colin. 10 points apiece for the shots on target.
Oh, this is huge.
And we've got 2 games remaining.
Oh, God.
Freshie says no.
Freshie's made a move there. Oh, could have done with 10 there, I'll tell you. Fucking hell. Freshie and Danny on the 60, but Darren's popped into the lead with 65.
So hopefully Darren's listening in. Like I said, when you went off camera, I thought it was an anti-climax for the end of the thing, but the good thing is there was a bit of drama. Robert realizing he's got 100 points, and then also this is a close week to at least get a winner for tonight's show. So it's not disappointing.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
No one's getting this score.
Exactly. So Spurs, European champions, Champions League football next season. Terrible season in the league, but it doesn't really matter. And I think probably this result epitomised Spurs in the league this season. I think there was 1-0 up. There was at home to Brighton. they got the feel good factor after winning the Europa League, and then they end up losing 4-1, which would be was that their 22nd or 23rd defeat? Let me check.
22nd, I think.
I think it was a 20. Oh, this doesn't even show me. I think it was 22nd, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Somebody put in the
pretty
chat.
sure it was.
Yeah, 22 out of 38 is horrendous. That's like
Horrendous.
that's like yeah, that's crazy.
But what I watched quite a bit of this game. What you can see, well, first half, Tottenham were all right actually. They scored first, looked all right, and then you just see they all sort of died a death in that second half. I reckon they've been on the piss fucking since they won that trophy, because you can see them failing. Right, they all starting to fucking die. And Brighton, fair play to them, they took advantage of it, mate, and tore them apart.
Right, it says, and Wally on 65. Is he on 65? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I didn't mention it. I don't mention Wally. Wally's on 65. Darren on 65. Yeah.
Right. Freshie says this will be the quickest loving ever, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to be a drawn out loving. Big Ange. From what I'm hearing, and it's not a lot, is he? I think he's going to stay at Spurs, isn't he?
I don't know, because I've not seen anything about it since, apart from the the post match after the European game. We had last week. So delighted for him.
I think he's.
He was going on holiday on the Monday, right? Okay, and when that reporters asked him, no one. He said he hadn't even talked to Levy, so I don't know anything since. I haven't heard anything since.
I think I saw an article where he said, "I don't know why people are asking me about my position at Spurs," which I think he's trying to say is I've just won this club a trophy, and 2, I've got us into the Champions League. Like, you understand, mate? Yeah, I don't know if that's what he's implying, but yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what's happened, and it all boiled down to one fucking game. But but he did it. Had a horrendous season, simple as that in the league. But it is what it is, mate. Yeah, he said that's what I do. Always win on my second fucking season. End of fucking story. He told them all. Told them all. I always win a trophy in my second season. They didn't believe him. They took the piss out of him. Yeah, he delivered it, and he got him into Champions League. I mean, when you look at the whole setup of football and that, to be that shit and end up in the Champions League is fucking frightening. 17th in the league and end up in Champions League. Mental.
Right,
but
so obviously he said he was going to win it. He said he'd win a trophy in his second season. Once, I didn't ask you this. No. Yeah, I didn't ask you last week. Once Spurs won that trophy and Big Ange delivered, did you go to the picture of Big Ange above your bed and say, "We fucking did it"?
Get in, son. Get in. You're a fucking my hero. Well done. And fuck Man United as well. What the fuck did they do? What did Man United do?
Yeah, they've had a fucking terrible. That season.
At the end of the day, that was so important for them to win that Man United. Fucking hell. But whether they'll keep him, I don't really care. I hope he fucking tells them to stick up their arse. I hope they sack him. I don't care, mate. He done what he said he'd do. If I was him, apart from the millions he might lose, I'd fucking walk away and say, "Stick that up your arse, you Tottenham wankers, slagging me off, booing me, booing the team. Fuck yous. There you go. I got you in the Champions League. Got you a trophy you hadn't had for 17 years. And you're still fucking not happy. Fuck yous."
Do you know what would be poetic is if he decided to walk away and stated, "I've got you a lot of trophy, I've got you in Champions League," and now your manager walks away. How Spursy is that? You understand? That would be poetic if he said that. Yeah, that would be.
And then their new manager is a fucking disaster. That'd even be better.
Exactly. I think he'll be there. I think he'll be there next season.
Look, the Spursy tag is well fucking earned by them. Yeah. Well earned over the years, right? Now, if you stay Spursy, you lose that final. Yeah. He didn't.
Exactly.
There you go. He stopped that Spursy fucking tag for one season anyway. And I don't know what more they want. They want fucking better in the Premier League, as we did after Moyes won it. No doubt about it. You've got to get better than that. But Moyes couldn't. I think he can. But that's just me.
Do you know what, Freshie?
He should have walked away fresh, I think. He should have.
Do you know what, Freshie?
Money talks.
I'm glad you said it, because obviously before you refound us, before the final and all of that, we both sat here and said, you know, the best thing would be West Ham win it and Moyes walks away. He's finally won a trophy. You could, and he didn't.
On a massive high.
Yeah, just leave there, you know, and he didn't. He stuck around like a bad smell, and obviously it just didn't work out. But yeah, he should have went after winning that.
No, if it's true that old Big Ange got a couple of million bonus for winning that.
I heard it was.
Well, that's true, and I don't know, but I'd imagine there would be some kind of big bonus in for him. If I was him, I'd walk away. But he might think, because he always believes in himself, Ange, right? Regardless of results and whatever, he believes in himself. They'll get there in the end. He'll get it right.
Yeah.
So I don't think he will walk away, but he has done. Like I say, with the Australian team, he walked away from them. Says, stick it up your arse. They tried to interfere, you know, who he's going to pick for a World Cup squad. So he said, no, stick it. And he walked away. He will do that. But there's probably a few £1 million in him being there next year. And I'm not sure he's walking from it. They want to sack him, well, they're going to be paying him, aren't they?
Exactly. And that now looks a terrible decision. He's got your trophy, he's got in Champions League, for you to sack him and have to pay him compensation, as well as the 2 million bonus that apparently he got as well. It's crazy.
And I think Levy's between a rock and a hard place here, you know?
Yeah. Because look how long they've looked or sought after a manager. Like you said last week, you've had your Contes, you had your Mourinho's, you had Nuno Espirito Santo there, who's now gone on to Forest and done really, really well. So, yeah,
you've had them
grateful to have him there. I know obviously he prioritized Europe, and it worked.
Absolutely,
it worked for him.
They had a little day in the sun, didn't they? So and they had a little parade and fuck's sake, man. What do you want? What do you want? You got a Europa League trophy. Next year in the Champions League. Fuck knows how, but you are.
Exactly. Anyway, right, this game, Robert had, I don't know if you've confirmed this already, but it had 4 cards, 13 corners, 11 shots on target. It finished Spurs 1, Brighton 4. Giza, what do we pick for that, please?
I went 1-0 Spurs. 2-2. 3-2 said Robert. 2-1. Robert to Brighton, by the way. 2-1 Inky to Spurs. 2-1 Freshie to Brighton, but that was a coin toss. 2-2 Lawrence. 2-1 to Brighton, said Wally. 5-5 said Danny. With all the conviction. 2-2 said Darren. 1-2 said Colin. So, no.
Okay, right. So no correct score. Right. 4.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that, Robert. Right. He says, don't forget Christian Gross. Yeah. And who was the other one? They mentioned the name the other day, and he was quite recent.
Yeah, Pochettino.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize his name. Right. So 4-13-11. Right, I correctly predicted 11 shots on target, so I'll have 10 points, please.
Sure, you needed that boy. That time.
10 points for Lawrence for the shots on target as well.
Ooh, Lawrence, that's big.
10 points for Roberto for the correct cards. 10.
Oh.
10 points for Fresh, correct cards.
Oh my God, that's really big.
13-11. 10 points for Inky, correct cards.
Oh, it keeps him in the hunt.
And finally, 10 points for Danny for the correct cards.
Oh, I didn't want it. I want to hear me there. Oh, that's huge, Danny boy. That's huge.
And we've got 1 game remaining.
Okay, I better tell you where we are because fucking hell. I don't think we've had a week like this where it's fucking so many. could do it. But there you go. Even though I went silly with my scores. Right. 55 me, 35 you, 20 Robert. Then we've got 60 for Inky. We've got 70 for Freshie. 65 Lawrence. 65 Wally. 70 for Danny. 65 for Darren. And 55 for Colin.
So is it Freshie and Darren on 70? Oh, Freshie and Danny.
Danny and Freshie and Darren on 65, which Wally's on 65. Fucking hell. Lawrence is on 65.
Give him that.
60, ain't he? I mean, it's all. I'm on 55. Yeah. So is Colin. But yeah, these boys, the 270s are looking good. But all it takes is the double here and someone overtakes it.
Well, it is the last game, which was.
I can't even remember the last game.
It was.
Don't know what score was. Can't remember. I know I put a silly score down just for being the last game.
Well, you got the correct result. It was Wolves 1, Brentford 1.
I got the draw.
Robert, we had 3 cards, 11 corners, and 13 shots on target. Giza. Wolves. So within this game, there's players heavily linked away. So we've got Cunha, who's going to leave Wolves. It's looking like Man United for Cunha. And then we're looking at Burmo probably definitely going, and maybe even Wisser as well. But 2 key players for Brentford and then the key player for Wolves seem to be on the move. Definitely Burmo and Cunha are going to be leaving, it looks like.
I think Wolves will be struggle next year. They'll be down that bottom 5 and keep out of that relegation zone.
Even though he's done well since he came in, you still think that? Or is that because of
I do think Cunha is massive. Yeah. He's been so important to him this year. And it looks by all reports that they're losing. I think it's huge for them. Now, he might prove me wrong, still do well. He might do a Forest, bring in the right players and do what Forest have done this year. He could do. I just got a funny feeling Wolves might struggle next season. But how much of a struggle? I just think they'll be in between 15th and the bottom. Might not be that much of a struggle, depending on how the 3 teams coming up do. But I think Cunha's huge loss.
It will be. It will be. But I'm impressed of what I don't even know his name. What the manager's done since coming in at Wolves. I am impressed. So I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right next season. Like you said, I'm not expecting too much from them, but I think they'll be.
I think they'll be fine myself.
Yeah.
You always like the 3 promoted teams. They've got to excel.
Yeah.
But I don't think them doing that much. But they might. I can say the same for West Ham. You know what I mean? I'm not sure at the moment what we're going to do next year. We could be around that area as well.
Yeah.
Depending on who we bring in.
Right, let me read this comment. Well, hold on. Don't forget Christian Gross. Boom. Poche, Jose. Yep. Martin Yole. Yep. Down to this game, says Danny Boy. Right. So we got this all correct. Right. So for the final game of this season for us in regards to the predictions, Wolves 1, Brentford 1. What do we pick for this, please, Giza?
3-3. Well, I went for a Danny there, mate. Went for loads of goals.
Yeah.
They were. You went 3-2 as well to Brentford. 2-2 to Inky making a big move. Inky 1-1.
Well done, Inky boy.
Big move. Oh, Freshie went with a 2-1. Never happening. 2-1 Lawrence as well. Never happening. 2-1 Wally. You all went back to your fucking faves. Didn't happen. Danny 4-0 Wolves. Never happened. 2-2 Darren. 2-2 Colin. So well done, Inky. Sorry, I wrote 10 there. That's a mad. Oh, at this moment, he just popped into the lead, Inky.
Okay. Right. So for the final rundown, 3-11-13. Wally correctly predicted 3 cards, so 10 points for Walito.
Oh my God, that's huge.
3, 11, 30, 11, 13, 3,
Joint leader. Joint
10
leader.
points for Freshie for the correct corners.
Oh, you fucker, Fresh. That fucked them two off.
Right.
Well,
And
at the moment it is.
just, I'm glad the show has ended this way with a climax. With the final person to score with 3 cards is Inky. So in total, Inky gets 25 points for this match.
Oh, a huge move, son. Huge move.
So,
Oh, him and Freshie. Fucking neck and neck. Fucking.
what they've drawn.
second.
Have they drawn or Inky won?
Inky's got it, mate.
Right,
85 for Inky. He needed a double to get it, and Freshie got 80.
Inky has said champion again. Ole, 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 ole. Right, so Geezer, in a minute, I'm going to put it. No, I won't. Yeah, I'll put it against our names, as always. Well done, Inky. Again, because he won
Well
last
done.
week on 50 points. This week, what did you say, 85?
Yep.
Well done, Inky. Well done, Inky.
Under a lot of pressure.
One sec. What's going on here? Hold on, you lot.
Yeah. Fucking hell, mate. So close, all them scores, mate. Just needed one more result at 4 of them. Would have won.
Can you hear me, yeah? Can you
Yeah,
hear me,
mate.
Geezer?
Got you. Yep.
Okay, good. Nice one, Inky. What's this say? What a great week. Geezer was in the lead with 55 and dropped to 8th in about 2 games. Great.
Yeah.
Right off slow.
Yeah, it started well. Didn't end that well.
Right, so Geezer, sorry. Just go through the scores again, please, so I can put it in here.
Right. I ended up with the 55 points.
Yep.
You with 35.
Yep.
20 for Robert.
Robert, 1 sec. Yeah.
Freshie, 80.
Yep.
65 Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Wally
Yep.
got close too. 75 for Wally.
Yep.
Danny on 70.
Yep.
65 Darren.
Yeah.
And 55 for Colin.
And Inky with 85, yeah?
And then Inky, champion, 85 points.
2 weeks in a row. So the last 2 weeks of the
Yeah.
season.
Fucking won it on 50 last week. Fucking you'd be nowhere. Be nowhere this week on 50.
Right. So did Inky's points move him up a place? Right. So he got 85. No, didn't. He was 45 behind Lawrence. But it kept him ahead of Danny. Because Danny scored how much? Let me check. Danny scored 70.
Danny
so-
got 70.
so
Yeah. But
Inky
even Lawrence got 65. Yeah.
So you, we knew the top 3 would stay as it was. So did anybody move at all? They didn't, did they? It's only Robert with those 100 points that's gone above Danny. Hold on a minute. Hold on. So Robert's got
Yeah. For 120 now, Robert. So
120. So
on
he's
top
on
of that.
25.70, and Danny's on 25.50. So yeah, Robert, those lucky dips took you out of the relegation zone. So good job, you've done your due diligence. But yeah.
Anyway, my 135 stood up. That's the main thing.
Yep. So we should definitely get some extra points for you being the record points.
2 years on the trot, Razor. Fucking hell, mate.
Right, let's go back. Yeah. So you lot, we will finish on the 2 hour mark. So we've got about 5 minutes. Geezer, anything to say we're going to be back, you lot, next week. Just do like a maybe hour and 15, just a general whatever. So we'll keep going on Fridays. But yeah, any thoughts on the Champions League final tomorrow?
I hope it's a good game, Gator. I hope it's a good game. You know what I mean? I think it will be. I've got a funny feeling it'll be a good final, but you never know with finals, do you?
Do you have a preference as to who you want to win that game?
Not really. Wouldn't say. I'd rather see Inter Milan win than PSG.
Because of the
Don't like them
money,
fuckers.
the money, and okay.
Well, because they try to use money to win leagues, in France, and that does my head in. When it's just all about money. Brought all the big boys in. That's it. They've been a better team since they got rid of them.
They have.
All the big names, So, yeah, it does my head in a bit. Inter, especially being an older team that they are. And they gave me, like, them and Barcelona, it's the two best semi-finals I've ever seen in the Premier League. In the Champions League.
Yeah.
They were just pure entertainment, both fucking games. Fantastic. So, good luck to Inter, mate. I'd rather see them win yet. I'm feeling that PSG will win it, but...
Yeah, I would say that I've been impressed with PSG this season. They're completely different to previous seasons. And the one thing I would, if they were to win it, it would be good that all the superstar names and they're not there.
Yeah.
And Enrique's done it his way.
Got a bit more credibility then for me.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't really have a preference.
No.
I just want to see a good final because Inter's like you said, the semi-finals were classic and
absolutely
a
fantastic
great advert for football and the Champions League. So I hope it is a fitting final. Wally says thanks for all your hard work, guys. Wally,
so should be thankful, Wally.
Wally, thanks as always for all of you, your participation. And Wally, Freshies, those 300 points for the lucky dip. Ultimately, tipped the scales in his favor over you. So it was it was definitely good for anybody that just watches and views in. It would have been probably good for them to see what happened over those few weeks. Geezer, well done getting 130 a week after I'd got 120, says that.
Yeah, it was that, Daddy, wasn't it? Yeah. Massive score. I came back and said, I've got to have that back.
Inky is hoping some people get chewed up. He said, Geezer, can we have some more shots?
Someone gets chewed up on a beach. So do I, Inky, but I think this time of year the sharks are a little bit quieter when it's cooler. They don't seem to bite as much.
Thanks for that, Fresh. So this is the final. This is the final league table.
Here it is. Well, Freshy. Jesus God, when you look at that, over the 38 fucking games. Well, there's only 150 in it.
We done 41. Remember we had a few internationals.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was 41 games.
150. It's fuck all, isn't it? It's just a couple of them lucky dips.
Mm.
I've got third. I'm happy with third, guys. I was fucking down the bottom there for a little while.
Champions League for you. Championship for me.
Yeah.
Fix. Thanks for that, Fresh. Great work, guys. Thanks for this season. Even though I joined late, I'll be starting fresh. Exactly. But like I said, Danny, we'll be here Fridays just for a shorter show, and we'll just see what anybody's got to talk about. There'll always be football news and shark news and Geezer's bad weather news and all of that, hurricanes and tornadoes.
Very cloudy tonight.
See, there'll always be something. Geezer needs to start a new channel, Shark Watch.
Yeah, there's already people doing that. I actually, the geezer came on my YouTube feed there. Forget his name of it, but that's all he does. His channel's dedicated to shark shit, and he's obviously a lot more fucking educated than me about sharks. And comes up with lots of stats around the world where most shark attacks are, and fucking Yes. It's interesting if you're into that. Because there's a theory, the theory, it came out in the 50s about a rogue shark, basically, which the Jaws film is based on.
Right.
Because there was some professor come out with this theory about a rogue shark that once he attacks a human, gets taste for the blood.
Yeah.
And then starts fucking attacking on more humans. But according to him, the theory's been debunked, because it's rare. Because a lot of these guys, when people are being attacked by sharks, they actually take the DNA, right, off the guy that's been bitten of the shark. Yeah.
Oh,
You know that.
so they know.
And
so
then
they
if you've
know.
got a shark attack in a time period, 3 or 4 weeks, there's another shark attack, they'll try and get the DNA off that and match them.
Yeah.
And very rarely does they ever match.
Same
That
one,
it's the same
exactly.
shark. Yeah, you think, fucking hell, they've gone to that length to find out. But yeah, so it's sort of been debunked that it's not a thing. It's shit. Most shark attacks are accidents, to attack a human. It's accidental.
Yeah.
Or now and again, but there's nothing to say. Now and again, you get a Fruit Loop shark who's aggressive, and they
Yeah.
prove that. You just get that odd one who's a nutcase
Yeah.
who wants to attack everything. Everything. So there is that. Which you do in humans as well, don't you? Fucking
Exactly.
nutters.
And that's the thing. You can't test their brain to see how crazy that
Yeah,
shark
it should be locked up.
is. Everyone hit the like button. Nice one, Robert. Inky Shark Watch with Geezer commentary. Been fantastic all season. Nice one. Freshie, I'm glad that you refound us, sincerely. So yeah. And it'll be interesting to see how we all do next season. Loved every week, even when I've been shy. It says Inky. Made this season interesting. Maybe the lucky dip. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so put that there. Fix.
There it is.
Fix. Champ fielder. 310. Fix. Everything's a fix. That's what we want. A shock. That's a nutcase. So yeah. These are wanting those horrific sharks.
Yeah, we do, yeah. We want another Jaws out there, mate. See that? Most people survive shark attacks. Unless it's a great white. Fucking good luck, because their mouths are so big, their bite is so big. 90% of people don't die from a shark chewing them up and killing them.
Yeah.
They die from the blood loss afterwards. And getting them back to the beach in time to fucking stop the bleeding and getting them, to the hospital. They usually die from blood loss. It's not the actual shark attack. But then again, you get some shark attacks where you never find the body. You never see the person again. So what do you do with that one?
We do.
I'd imagine it's the most terrifying thing you could ever go through.
Yeah.
It's a shark attacking you. Jesus fuck.
Yeah. And then fucking those ones that are not found, just drowning, bleeding out, and like fucking horrific.
Yeah. Because I read the book Jaws before I saw the film.
Oh.
And the book is fantastic. And that's why they made the film of it. The actual book is brilliant.
Who's the author?
There's so much more in the book than there is in the film, obviously.
Who's the author? Was it Aussie or not?
God, I don't know, but his name's gone out of my head. Freshie will tell us, or Robert. But that guy, because of that film, there were so many shark holes started to go on around the world.
Wow.
Because everyone got scared from that film, and I thought, this is what happens all over them. No, because they portrayed he was a rogue shark that was attacking, wanted to kill humans, really.
Yeah.
That's not the case. And he became the opposite of that. That guy decided to do shark preservation and education after that. Because it had such a massive impact on people. Jaws.
Yeah.
As a film. But read the book, it's fucking fabulous. Great book.
Yeah, I didn't know that they're the Jaws book.
Yeah. Bletchley fucking begins with a B, I think, the author's name. forget, man. But yeah, hell of a book. The film was so impactful on people. It was especially when the music, the theme tune they bring in with it. It's so good when that shark's on. Fucking hell, man! That is scary as fuck. Yeah, they've done it so well.
Colin says, "Take care, Titch and Kieran." It
See
would
you,
have been
Cole.
good. Yeah, it would have been good if Anzac could have popped in just to give us an update on his injury. All fixed except Larry Dog. Right, lads, and chat. As I'm getting old, I'm tired. Speak later. Later, Danny.
See you, Danny.
Next week we can have a Jaws watch along.
Yeah.
Robert says, Claire, thanks for your input. She's just gone out of the room. She's on the phone. I saw the film 2 Girls, 1 Cup before. I read the book. Not true. Peter Benchley is the author.
Peter Benchley. I knew it was a B. Peter Benchley, that was it, mate. Yeah.
Is he Aussie or American?
I think he's American.
Oh, okay.
American. Yeah.
Take care, all you wonderful people in the chat. See you next time. Well, we'll be back next week, Colin. Shark Fishing by J.R. Hartley. Oh, yeah. What was the book by J.R. Hartley in that advert? What was the name of the book? But yeah, I remember that. And what was that, J.R. Hartley? What was that advert for?
Was no, fucking
food or
was it them? What them sweets? Was it
something? J.R. Hartley. What? Yeah, you look. Before we end, what was the J.R. Hartley advert? What was it advertising?
Was it them?
Food. It was
Weatherspoons. Them fucking.
It wasn't Werther's. It weren't Werther's original. Not for
J.R. Werther's.
Oh, Fly Fishing Yellow Pages. Oh, it was the Yellow Pages.
Yeah, that was it. Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley.
Yeah, that's it. Fly Fishing. But yeah, this one sounds better. Shark Fishing or Shark Attacks by J.R. Right, you lot. Geezer, any final words? We will be back next week, but yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to try to think up the things to talk about next week, won't we?
There'll always be something.
Unless the guys have got something to direct us with. But yeah. But yeah. I've got to stop writing now. I can stop writing next week. Relax.
Give your wrist a break. But yeah, you lot, regardless, we'll be here for next week, every Friday, at least an hour. There'll probably be some transfers going on and all of that. So there'll be stuff to talk about. There'll be stuff going on around the world. Probably some transgenders beating up women in some sort of women's sport.
Yeah. I won't. I think the Women's World Cup is on the off season. I won't be watching that, so I won't be talking about it either.
Oh no,
I don't care.
I
don't care.
Think up some tunes, Titch. I will try and think of some tunes because I do like it when you lot guess the tunes. Talk about movies involving the Spartans. 300. We know what he's leading to there.
They're all gay fuckers, weren't they?
But yeah, you lot, there'll always be something to talk about. Always. But tonight we will end it here. It's been a great season. Well done to all of you. Well done, Freshie.
Well done, Freshie.
At the desk.
Champion. Unlucky Wally. Unlucky Wally, sir.
Wally will come back stronger next season. Yeah, so you lot, I look forward to next season. But like I said, we'll be here every Friday, just shorter shows, and we're just
135 points. That's the goal.
Don't forget who the top dog is. England women beat Portugal 6-0.
There you go. Don't care. Don't care. Sunday morning football. That's what it is. Don't care.
Yeah, I've got no interest. Well done, Fresh. New system for next season. Good night, you beautiful people. Right.
Yeah.
How many cards? Oh, his system. Right, you lot. We will see you next Friday at 10 p.m. Ciao.
Laters.
Laters.
Bye-bye.